Hello, good
Uh,
morning.
Good morning.
How have you been?
Yeah, I've been really great. Thank you for asking. How about you, ma'am?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Well, you please don't call me ma'am. You can call me Choden. Okay, you can call me
Oh,
by my name. Okay.
okay.
So, have you been taking any sessions? Have you been regular on this platform?
These days I'm not very regular. I think last 10 or 20 days I took only two or three sessions in tutors.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to talk about? Would you want to stick to the session notes only, or would you want to just have a talk in general regarding English? What would you prefer?
I will be okay with both, with
Okay.
the topic or with general discussion.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Let me just have a look. Okay. Today we are supposed to be talking about useless talents. And
Hmm.
I don't know whether we can have a striking conversation here because the topic is a bit eccentric, but let's just have a conversation over this particular thing. Now, do you think that talents are ever useless?
Useless. Sometimes it is useless,
Mm-hmm.
and it's up to person and how we use. Sometimes even useless means useful talent also we have, but we do not consider or we do not work on our talent.
Right.
As earlier I was in editing field, but these
Mhm.
days I do editing, but very less. So it
Right.
is like a bit useless for me.
Mhm.
It
Okay.
depends, but I think if we have talent,
Mm-hmm.
useful talent, we can use somewhere else. It's not
Mm-hmm.
only like to work somewhere, to
Mm-hmm.
work for some company or some means sectors, company or some private sector or government sector. Even if we have a talent, we can utilize in our day-to-day life.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I think you're very correct when you mentioned about how talents don't usually have to give us any monetary gains.
Yes.
We at times in our society we think that if there is any talent that we have, we would want to monetize it in some way or the other. But that does not mean that everything has to be summed up, through monetary gains. Like
Yes.
and I think that's the reason why I think any talent for that matter cannot be considered as useless just because there is no monetary gains that you have from it.
Yes.
So, yes. So, do you have any such talents which you consider to be as useless?
I think I don't have any useless talent.
Right.
Useful talent I have,
Okay.
but useless talent I think I don't have.
Is a power cut at my end, so I'm just trying to connect to
Oh.
you from my phone. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Now you are audible and visible. Yes.
Yes. So you were talking about how you don't completely become friends with strangers. Can you elaborate on
Yes.
that?
Yes, yeah. I was talking about this yesterday. I visited to my, I visited my sister-in-law's place. So we were very friendly with her in-laws. In this
Mm,
way, I'm talking about. They were strangers for us, but
right.
after communicating for a short period, we feel like we know each other for a longer time.
Okay. Do you have any such talent which has
With
absolutely no, I say, which has absolutely no output for that matter? It's not something that you can do anything about. Say, for example, some people have this talent of just sticking their tongue out and then putting it next to their thing, no? They can touch their nose with their tongue. That is a useless talent for that
yes,
matter. Not everybody can do it, but even if you can, I mean,
yes.
it's just very useless. So, do you have any such kind of talent?
Not now. In my means childhood days, we used to means make such types of activities,
Mm-hmm.
and like just this part, what we call
Oh,
this
yes.
part,
Mm-hmm. Right,
we
right.
just turn it up,
Yes,
upside, for a
right,
longer period, and we were
right.
competing. Like we were three sisters, who we were competing, who can
Mm-hmm.
carry it for a longer period.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I remember like when we were kids, all my friends used to do it and they used to scare me. I, on the
Yes.
other hand, I tried it so many times, but I could never flick that eyelids basically, right? And then you make it look
Yes.
like it's very scary. But that's something that I couldn't do. But I
Yeah.
think it was of no use. Even if you knew how to do it, then it couldn't
Yes.
be of any use to you, right? Okay,
Yes.
right. Okay.
Ma'am,
So
will
do
you
you
please
know any?
adjust your camera a bit?
Should I adjust my camera a bit? That's what you're
Yes. Yes.
telling
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Now,
Uh,
is it
a
okay?
bit more. Yes.
Oh,
Now
I
it's
don't know
okay.
what. Actually, I'm holding just my phone, right? So I don't know what
Oh.
exactly to be
Now
doing.
it's okay. It's okay. Now it's okay.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
right. So, do you know anyone who has a useless talent according to you? Now, you've mentioned about your talent, the one where you
Yes.
flicked
Yes.
your eyelids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know
Yes.
anyone, maybe anyone from your family or close ones, who have a useless talent according to you?
I think no. In my family, even in my relatives, I'm not aware of. If anyone have these types of talent,
Mm,
yeah.
okay, right. So you're not aware about
Yeah.
anyone in your family having such kind of talent. Okay, right. Now, when it comes to talent, do you think that talent is something that we acquire, like, or we already possess from a very small, say, when we are very small also, people can be extremely talented, just God gifted
Mm-hmm.
ones, right? That's how
Yes.
we say that they could be a prodigy. Prodigy is like those kind of small, like people who have not really become individuals themselves, but they have some, extraordinary talent. That is what we call
Mm-hmm.
prodigy, right?
Prodigy.
So talent is something to do with is something to do that you're born with and it is inherent in you, or do you think that over time you can acquire this talent through constant practice and hard work? What do you believe in?
Uh, uh, I think I believe that yes, there are people who are talented since childhood. It's like a God-gifted talent. But
Mm-hmm.
with time, over time, we can learn with consistent effort
Right.
and can be achieve our aim, means can be succeed in our field.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many talents and there are so many examples. Let me share the example of Manoj Sharma, IAS officer.
Mm-hmm.
He comes from a humble background, but
Right.
instead of his humble background, even he was failed in his 12th standard three
Mm-hmm.
times, I think. But
Right.
his dream was to become an IAS officer, and
Mm-hmm.
he tried several times and never give up. Consistent effort and with discipline, we can learn any talent and acquire any skill easily.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So you're talking about the IPS officer, basically, IPS Manoj, who
Yes,
initially had failed like about 12 times. I mean, like, sorry, initially had failed in his 12th board exams because there is this culture where they were all cheating, basically, right?
yes,
And after that, over time, he understood why it is important to be working hard, and that's how he worked towards becoming an IPS officer. Yes, yes, I watched
yes,
that movie, and I felt it was very motivational on so many levels and aspects of life, basically, right?
yes,
That no matter what kind of background you come from, it does not define who you are going to be in the later phase of your life. So I think that
yes,
was a very important takeaway for me as well. And you're very correct. There is always a debate that goes on where, people say, who's the goat?
Yes, I'm so sorry, Saraswati ji. For
yes.
thank you
It's
for being
okay. I can
patient.
understand. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so we were just talking about how there is always a debate which goes on in football, basically, when people are just fighting or debating over who is the goat, basically the greatest of all times, and there is always a debate about either Lionel Messi is the goat, or Ronaldo is the goat, but and people have different perspective on why the other person over the other is particularly a goat. right? And we see that most of the times people tell us that, Messi is somebody who is very talented. He has this inherent talent, football talent and football skill that he has, basically, right? Ronaldo, on the other hand, is not as talented, but he's extremely hardworking, and all that he has done, and so many accolades that he has won over time in his football career, has been because of the hard work and discipline that he has maintained throughout his game. So, what do you prefer? Do you think that at times hard work beats talent? Do you think that even if you're not talented for that matter, like Messi, you could be a little bit
The
more
best
hardworking?
example I can give as I think Sunday,
Hmm.
Women's World Cup was there,
Right,
and our team won.
right.
So with time, with practice, with dedication, and going in the right direction,
Hmm.
we can achieve or learn or means can acquire and become a talented person.
Right.
Yes,
Yes, I do think that, becoming a prodigy is not something that happens every now and then, basically, right? But we all have this thing that is time, which is equal for each and every one of us. And if we try to utilize time in the best way possible, then I think we can become the greatest of all times in our
yes,
respective fields, right?
yes.
Okay. What is your view on people showing off their talent on social media? Do you think it is okay if people go
Uh,
and dance there, people go and sing? They
mhm.
often do a lot of things. Basically, they show a lot of talent on social media. Do you think it is okay?
I think yes, it is okay because social media is now a lifeline of everyone. I can say without
Hmm.
social media, it's difficult to survive anyone these days because like youngster, children, even retired person, everyone is busy with social media, and
Right.
they show their talent for name, gain, prosperity,
Right.
all.
Hmm.
And even by showing their talent they can
Hmm.
create a business and
Hmm.
can spread their talent not only in India, entire world. So yes, it is good to means show off our talent on social
Hmm.
media if
Okay.
it's really very helpful for us or for others also. There
Hmm.
are people, they show their talent unnecessarily, but still
Hmm.
there are people who are very means focused for their goal.
Hmm.
And the first thing is like for prosperity and for earning money also,
Right.
because yeah, these are the reasons because of that people show off their talent on social media platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, social media is the kind of space where you can display a lot of your talents. I, on the other hand, I am not somebody who would be very comfortable in displaying all of my talents if I have any.
Yes.
But I mean, like, it requires a lot of confidence also from your part, also, basically, just to come out there, be an object of scrutiny, because there would be people who would be commenting all nasty stuff also that we get to see on social media. But having said that, I mean, kudos to people who go there out on social media and put themselves in places where you you allow the other person to actually criticize you or to compliment you. It could be any way, which way,
Yes.
right? So I think it requires a lot of courage also on your part to actually go out there and just be that person where you could be complimented also, at the same time be criticized also. I, on the other
Yes.
hand, I think I wouldn't be comfortable being on a lot of social media platforms and displaying my talent. I think that's not something that I would be able to do. Anyway,
Yes.
if you could make a world record, what would it be for? Because we're now talking
Uh,
about talents.
mhm. World
Yeah.
record is really a bit challenging question for me because I never have thought about it. But if I this time, if you'll ask me to make a world record, so I think I would like to make a world record of um, to be very proficient in English language.
Mm-hmm.
Not only in
Mm-hmm.
India,
Right.
I have a dream to become a tutor, top level, top world level 5, top world level tutors. So I would
Okay.
like to I would like to make a record of that. I think so.
Mm,
But
yeah.
if you have asked me the same question, like 5 years or 10 years ago, so
Yeah.
maybe my answer would be different. But
Mm-hmm.
this time, I think my goal is this. So I would like to make the record of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, our goals and our objectives and our aspirations can change over time, right? And
Yes.
as long as it is in the right direction, we don't really have to worry much about it. There is a very famous quote which goes by like, if you shoot for the stars, at least you will land on the treetops, is what is said. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
when we aim very high in life, that will at least it will act as an impetus. It is going to act as a strength, basically, like a catalyst for us to be able to work towards it, right? And we might
Yes.
not be able to reach the kind of greatness that we have aspired for ourselves, but at least we will be able to do more than the average, and we will be better
Yes.
than the
Yes.
other people. So that is something
Yes.
that we always should keep in mind, that whenever we aspire to do something, like how you mentioned that you want to be the world's top 5 English tutor in the world, basically, right? So
Yes.
that
Yes.
aspiration is extremely important for you to work towards it, right? And
Yes.
sometimes what really happens is, because the aspiration is so much, the drive in you, the zeal in you is basically so strong, that you might be able to accomplish everything that you've ever set
Yes.
your eyes on. So I think it's very
Yeah.
important on that aspect. And
Yes.
it's great, it's amazing to hear you say that you want to become one of the leading top 5 leading tutors in the world, and you would want to work and get better at speaking in English fluently and eloquently. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Saraswati ji, you've also mentioned to me in the very first beginning of our session where you told that you are also a very good cook. You could replicate the dish basically being
Yes.
served in a restaurant also, right? So it
Yes.
might be very
Yes.
difficult for you as a person when you go outside and we try in a new restaurant and you don't find the food to be as at par with your own cooking. What do you do then?
Um, I think when I find that the dish is not what means I was means expected,
Yeah,
so it just give me upset. Sometimes I become upset, and
right.
I think this doesn't happen one time or one or two time. It happened, and
Okay.
I did not do anything that time. But as a human being, and we commit errors, even
Right.
at cooking also. Every day we can't make tasty food, delicious food. Some
Yes.
days
Mm.
even we can we I make very bad taste also. This time it
Okay.
happens
Okay.
because as we are
Right.
all human beings, and
Right.
yes.
Mm. Yes, I think when it comes to cooking, no, I also have a pretty good hands at cooking. Basically, like whenever I don't cook on a regular basis because I don't get really much time to cook. But whenever I cook, my
Mhm,
father gets very happy. My mother gets really happy and excited about trying a new dish. And basically, I'm also a baker, right? So I love baking cakes,
mhm,
and that's a talent that I have. Not necessarily I'm
mhm.
trying to monetize it in any way, because I think that some talents can be reserved only for yourself and for your loved ones, and
Yes,
it does not have to be
yes,
like continuously, you don't have to mint money out of that particular talent that you have. That is what
yeah,
I think, right?
yeah.
So if there is, I would like to ask you one more question before we are done for the session today. If there is one more talent that you would want to add basically to your own personality, basically, apart from learning English and becoming the top 5 tutor that you've aspired to be, what would it be? What sort of talent would you want to
Mm,
hone basically and have?
what talent? I think it's very difficult to answer this question now. I think mm, I learn. Actually, I also invest in stock market, and
Oh,
even I
okay.
learned all these things by myself. So I
Okay.
learn more and acquire that skill up to the top level.
Mm.
because I learned so many things by myself
Right.
only. So I
Mm-hmm.
think I also want to gain proficiency in how to choose the stocks
Mm.
wisely.
Right.
Yes,
Okay. Right.
because it's
You
not
know, Sarthiji,
everyone cup of tea.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
not everyone's cup of tea, right? Okay.
Yes.
You know, Saraswati ji, every time that I have an interaction with you, you are somebody who has a very positive attitude towards life, I feel. And you are always somebody who is trying to do something so good for yourself. Like stock market is not something that I had thought that you would be interested in doing, right? And you are doing some things which are absolutely vital and essential in today's time that we live in, basically, right? Investing
Yes.
and or investing on stock markets, understanding the market is extremely important for you to be financially stable and to have that kind of financial independence in the near future, right? And that
Yes.
was not something that I was expecting at your end to say, but I think it's all about how you view life, basically, right? And this zeal to
Yes.
learn more, this I mean, like this, each and every time you come here, you have a certain drive, as to why you come here in this platform and you talk on a regular basis and have a conversation with the tutor. It's extremely important, and I'm completely inspired by you each and every time that I come and have a talk with you.
Actually, I
Okay.
was very zero when, like in stock market also, but my
Yeah.
father challenged me one time. To me, that time, that day only, I decided I will learn by myself. I will invest also, and I will show you
Mm.
one day I will earn money from stock market. And from that
Okay.
day, I started learning, and even I invested, and now I
Hmm.
am capable to choose the stocks well. All
By
knowledge
yourself. Yeah.
I have, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a very means skilled person in that. Every
Mm.
single day or whenever I have time, I try to learn something.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. That is an amazing approach, actually. There is no end to learning, basically, right? That's what we say, and that is what we should always believe. That after a point of time, people don't want to learn anything only, and they feel like,
Yes.
yeah, my time has passed, and now I will not do anything about it. But I think that is a very negative way on how you perceive life, basically, right? You have the right amount of zeal, the right amount of impetus to do better in life. So I think kudos to you. When it comes to your English, I think you're pretty articulate as a person. You understand each and everything properly. You don't beat around the bush much. You make sure that even if you're incorporating any story for that matter, you come to the point and you give me what exactly that